Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, 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 morning. How is everybody this morning? Well, I think it's pretty good. I don't know why. Mainly because, hey, I feel like I'm on vacation because every day I love my occupation. How do you like that? That's a tune I found somewhere. That's sort of interesting to me. Uh, let's see, I'm the only one here. Why doesn't this show me that I'm online? It doesn't show me I'm online. Oh my God. What did I do wrong? Well, I think I'm gonna have to do this over again. Yeah, hold on. Let's go help. I'm gonna have to do this over again. Um, damn. Why am I so stupid? That work? No, that's not working. Okay. Let's go help people. I'm gonna log out and come back on again. You want to end live stream? Yes, I do, but I want to go back on live stream. Let me live stream. That's what I want to do. There's my video, so I got that part down. It's just that I'm not in the video, so we gotta turn this around. Now we gotta, how do we do that? There I am, there, okay. Okay, that's good, okay. Let's go back on to, so that is shocking truth, okay. T-R-U-T-H. Shocking truth, government still flooding USA with free. Okay, now, okay, we're back on Let's Go Help. Okay. And I wonder if we have any new members online now. But you know, I was reading the op-ed page. I don't know if you know what op-ed pages are. I didn't know what they were most of my life. And now I get a little addicted because they're smart people writing stuff. Some are smart, some aren't. But it is, yeah. Until I met my current wife, I mean, I never read newspapers, tell you the truth, or anything. But her family just lives on these op-ed things. So every time I had to go over for dinner, man, I had to do my homework to be able to contribute to the conversation. So I had to read op-ed pages. And that's the part, you know, you have the editorials, then you have that page on the other side of the editorials. Now those people are young, never read newspapers, so we didn't have them. And they're not research, it's not journalism where people try to get the facts. These are where people just give their opinion, and they're supposed to be smart. So, and they're supposed to be, you know, most newspapers have, you know, just not all Republicans or all Democrats, some do, but the real journalistic newspapers have people of both parties giving both sides of the aisle, so you get a better feeling. But there's a guy who's sort of conservative I enjoy, and he's not way on the right or way on the left or whatever. Middle of the road guy. His name is David Brooks. He wrote a lot of nice, he gets a snapshot of America in a lot of, I remember reading a book before it was first, like something about the Bobos. how he gets a good image of American life. But actually, he was talking about, uh, well, just about wages and stuff like that. And he said an interesting fact in here, and I just followed up on it, and it's true. There are 500,000 manufacturing jobs open right now. They can't find people to work in these manufacturing jobs, which are high-paying jobs. These are jobs where it takes no degree. You don't need a college education, and you can be making $100,000 a year. It's sort of like the old factory jobs, in the car industry. That's what happened. When people graduated with me out of high school, the ones who went to work in the steel and automobile and stuff like that, they're making 100 grand a year, man. It took me forever to do that with a college degree. So, but now we're that way because people aren't looking. I don't know, maybe it's people don't like to get their hands dirty or whatever it is. But these are high-paying jobs, for people without degrees. And they say that's going to blow up. That's going to be just increasing, because you're not making cars anymore. You're making computer chips. They're not too heavy to carry. So you could do that job a little longer. To me, why the retirement is here, because all our jobs were in factories that beat the hell out of your body. So you couldn't work past 60 or so. But now that's not true. And even in the manufacturing jobs. And they're the big paying jobs. So we don't have as many jobs in manufacturing as we used to. The percentage of our country that is in manufacturing is smaller, but it's the biggest opportunity, it looks like. If you got 500,000 jobs that they can't find people to do because you need skills. But see, this is where government comes in. And this is the best thing in government jobs. Not government job. This is not a government job. Okay, this is a non-government job. It's like you're making stuff. The government doesn't make stuff. It makes noise and laws and stuff like that. That's all it does. It restricts making stuff. But what's important, that these are opportunities. And the government, because they require skills, okay, these jobs require you can't go in without a college degree and get one of these jobs unless you have skills. Okay, how do you have skills? Okay, the government will pay you to have skills. Actually, what they do is they pay the company. What they do is they pay you money to train to get these skills. So you go into the business or go into the company without any skills, and they pay you maybe $40,000, $50,000 to stay there, and maybe for a year, 2, 3, whatever it is, to get the skills to make a $100,000 a year job. I mean, to me, why go to? I mean, it's not that college is bad. No, learning is always good. So it's not that college is bad, but if you're looking for an income to survive, and you don't like college, and that sort of was me too, that you could get, have them pay you $40,000 a year to get the skills to get a job at $90,000, $100,000 a year. So instead of going to college and paying the college $40,000 a year, here's where they pay you $40,000. And this is not just a few jobs or anything. No, this is 500,000 now, and it's going to be growing like hell in the next couple of years because we're building all these new factories. That's what happened. We're building more and more new factories. So in the next few years, we're going to need a lot more people to do that. Now, you have to look into that, okay? Now, there's more and more places where this is happening, but the best place to start is at your local Career One-Stop Center. Career One-Stop Center. You go there, and you go on that website, careeronestop.org. You go on that website, careeronestop.org, and you make an appointment with a local. You put in your zip code, and you'll find the local people that help you with this, and you make an appointment. Also, and then find out what programs there are for you where they pay you to learn, okay, and get a good job. And then other people that do this is your local community college. They do that a lot. But you have to make an appointment. You're not going to learn what's out there by just going onto Google or going on our website or whatever. I mean, personally, our website is a hell of a lot better than Google, because all you're going to find is you put in a factory job or any of those keywords I just said, and you get 200 million websites. So you have no idea what to do. You can't do that. Please don't do Google to look for help, unless you have money. If you have money, then maybe, they could help you. You don't have money, you have to stay away, because the people that help you without money in Google, they're so tiny, you'll never find them. And you'll run into all these people that know how to get your money. So you'll feel like you're a loser if you don't pay them money, and you're not. You're just in the wrong place. You're going to the wrong school. Get out of there. Get out of there. And that's what we do, is show you only programs, only websites that give you money, not websites that want to get your money to have a better life. We'll show you websites that give you money to have a better life. And that's America. It's not me doing it. It's not. It's here. It's always been here. But we don't train people to do it. And the rich people use it. They use the hell out of it. And the people who really need it don't know how to use it. And that's what Let's Go Help is. I do not think I should be doing this. I think the government should be doing this. The government should have a place that they help you find every government and nonprofit organization program they have in this country, but they don't. And there's about 600,000 of these programs, at least, maybe more than 800,000. But the best way I could get a figure like that, is by looking at findhelp.org. When you go to findhelp.org, or actually I have to Google it, you can't find that number at findhelp.org. But if you Google it and get the history of that, it says they have 600,000 organizations in their database that are there to help you get money and help to solve your problem. And it's the same as 211. 211 is a little disorganized because it's sort of different in every city, but it's not bad. But I like findhelp.org because you got all the same thing in every city. And also they have all the phone numbers to everybody. And they don't have a number to call Find Help. 211 has a number to call 211 for help. And what happens is you get an operator. You say, I need things for homeless or something. And they tell you the best place. An operator can't do it because they're not dealing with homeless every day. For you to find money for help for homeless or paying rent or getting a job, is not calling an operator like me, the best place. You have to call the people in your area that get paid to help people like you get a better job or get rid of your debt or start a business. See, there's people in every city, every county, every state, hundreds of them, to help you solve those problems. They're the people you want to talk to. They're not going to ever charge you money. So you don't have to worry about calling them. You just have to get over the fear of calling them. See, the only thing that stops us in America from doing what we want is yourself. I mean, that's me. And there's nobody. I used to think people are getting up all over the world saying, how can we screw over Lesko today? Took me a long while to get out of that mentality. The government do have a spot. It's called Let's Go Help. It shouldn't be. It should be paid where they go. But that's why I thought I could never do this because it would cost $1 billion. And I couldn't charge. I wanted to charge it. People, it should be for free, but I can't do it for free because I got to pay my rent. So that's why charging $20 is very gratifying to me. I had no idea I could do that. I can't get help for my tax. What taxes? I mean, you're paying your taxes, filling out your taxes. I mean, if you want to get help filling out your taxes, then go to findhelp.org, put in your zip code, and put taxes. okay? And there you'll find nonprofit organizations that help you fill out your taxes. If you have problems with your tax, you owe tax money, that's another thing. If you owe money to the government and your federal taxes, they have programs that help you do that for free, that you don't have to pay an accountant, you don't have to fear the IRS. They'll give you the best program they have. We're so skeptical of the IRS, we think if we give somebody half the money we save, that's worth it because the government's going to screw me. No, they don't. Your account is more likely to screw you than the government, because the people in the government get the same paycheck, whether they say you don't have to pay any taxes or you have to pay $100,000 tax. So your accountant wants to make money. So if they're making a percentage on what they save you, then they're there to make money for them, not for you. See, and that's what you have. Now, I'm not saying all accountants are shysters or whatever, but how do you tell the difference? You can't. So that's why you go with the free ones first. So if you go to irs.gov, okay, irs.gov, and contact them. Now, they're cutting down on people at the IRS, so it's going to take you a while to find the people to help. But here's what's okay, what is your solve a tax problem? Well, I'm not sure what kind of, is it filling out a tax problem? Or, I mean, you call the IRS, they solve problems. And that's what I do. I wait on hold, call them, they have people to call you. But now they're trying to cut out people to answer the phone, so it's going to take a while. But to me, it's better than charging, somebody going to charge you $400 or whatever to have a answer to that problem. Now that's where you find the taxpayer advocate. And let me find you the IRS. Let's see where IRS individual earned income tax credit now. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Well, see if, I don't know your problem with taxes, but see if you get, go to findhelp.org and ask, find the free tax help there. If, they could solve these problems. So they should be able to. If they're not, then you have to go to a higher authority. And that would be going to the IRS themselves, okay? And that's what you want to do. So I'm not sure you're not saying what it is. So go to IRS. What's your zip code? Fadima, what's your zip code? Charlene, good morning. Need help with a replacement of home AC unit. Okay, Caroline. What you want to do is, what's your zip code, Caroline? Okay, let's do Fatima first. Fatima, okay, let me do Fatima first. 75098, 75098. So I'm going to go to findhelp.org. And by the way, people watching on TikTok and stuff like that and wondering what I'm doing, I'm answering questions for members on letsgohelp.com. You can become a member for $20 a month. You get answer questions like me and all the other members. We have 15,000 members now that help each other find government grants for anything they want. Okay. Okay, there's 35 organizations that help you free for taxes, okay? Let's see where you are. Okay, taxes. Okay, here's 35 organizations in your zip code that help with taxes. Now, the way you do this, okay, a lot of them, I just saw the first one is for people in the military. You're not in the military. That's okay. You call them anywhere. If nobody else helps you, you call them too. because you say, hey, I'm trying to solve this problem. Can you suggest someone else? I know I'm not a member, you know, and you can't help me because I'm not in the military, but can you tell me somewhere else to go? Now, Caroline, you want to go 34482. 34482. That's how you use this system. You know, okay, find help. 34482. People, I understand. I was like this too before I got into this work. I was afraid to call the government. I mean, that's normal. But that's the only way you get anything. Okay, now you're in Florida, okay? By the way, Florida has a program they're giving $10,000 for home repair that people are not applying for. There's like 30,000 people that didn't pick up the check, okay? But, so you want to, you're in Florida, need home repair. Here's 150 organizations. REPAIR. Okay, 150 organizations that have money and free help for home repair. Okay, now you have to go to work. There's no shortcut for this, okay? And please get on the phone. You'll see, you'll make a few calls. Maybe you'll run into an idiot the first time, and that will not, you have to get through that. You have to get through the bad stuff. If you go out and have one bad date, you're not going to give up dating forever. Well, if you do, then you lose a whole big part of your life, right? That you can't share with anybody. So it's like this with here. If you call up one office and they say, and they're mean to you or whatever, they're all not mean to you. You know, it's just the luck of the draw, and you have no control over that. Okay, I've seen some problems about what it means to have lived in a society where people want to seek revenge for others. Yeah, I mean, that's in all of us. Police status and a police person to take it out on others. Yep. Yeah, but gotta live around it. And if you don't make your own life not subject to that, or not do it, because we all have, you know, we all get angry and want to take it out on somebody, and we come home and kick the dog, you know, and that's hard not to do when your life, you feel, is beating up on you. So, Carlene Howell, okay, I gave you a list, 150 organizations, okay? They are your best possibilities for getting this. Now, there may be only 5 of those are helpful. I don't know, you know, but certainly they're all not there just for your problem. They have different problems for different people, but it's in home repair. And if they're in home repair, then that means they know other people that are in home repair, helpful stuff. So that's what that's what's important to know, because they could point you to other places that are really good, that help you. And it's a numbers game. It's like getting a job or anything else. So please, I don't see the list. Just put it up there. See under my name, there's home repair. I'll put it in again here. Okay, there it is again, Caroline. You see that now? Do you see me now? Do you see me now? And home repair. Do you see me now? Okay. And the biggest thing I think that you should remember, is that all the stuff that Trump is coming about cutting grants and cutting this, and now they're talking about Medicaid. I mean, I'm looking at the proposal for Medicaid, and they say now they're going to cut Medicaid because they want to save money, and so they're going to make you work, or unless you all the qualifications they still have. That's what 90% of the people already have. So they're saying you have to work. Half the people in Medicaid now work. And the other half are either seniors who are eligible for anyway, or people with disability, or with children, and they're exempt too. So I don't know, this fear of God, everybody's gonna have to work. That's just scaring people who are already eligible to get it free anyway. They can't do that. So it's all just scare. It's for their constituency. They got elected by saying stuff, so they have to at least pretend they're doing that stuff, even though it's more complicated to get that done. But with the right wording, we all live on headlines. I mean, here, like, I put in here, shocking truth, government still flooding the USA with free money. I work on those because I know that's the only way I'm going to get your attention, to be able to talk to you and maybe educate you in something. Unfortunately, because you have a fire hose of information. So I was reading a book the other day. It's called Moral Ambition, and to work on things that are important for society, as opposed to just, we pay the most money to people who can figure out how to get you to click on an advertisement. That's who we pay the most money for. So people get the highest degree, highest education, and then work on problems that will get you to click, like what I'm doing. I'm trying to get you to click on this information so I could do this. But we have people spending, I feel, look at 60% of our economy is capitalism. 40% is community, where we help each other. And I think that's what we have to start doing more if we want to feel good. And also, if you with your life, if you want to feel better with your life, I think we have to pay your bills. You have to survive. You have to pay, take care of you first and do whatever it means. If it means, trying to figure out clickbait headlines or delivering for Uber, you do that to survive, so you don't have to be a burden on society. So that's number one. Then after you go from there, then it's really, how can you give more in society? That's what I call love. You want to love people by giving them, and that's what I sort of see government does. Government is showing love by giving you money to help you with a problem. And that's why in a personal relationship, that's what we should be doing if we love somebody, helping them do what they want to do, okay? And not criticizing them what to do, because they don't know what to do. They're guessing. So that's hard. And it's so important that we help each other like that. And that's why in Let's Go Help, we have 15,000 people that now are helping each other find the tools and help they need to improve their life, okay? And because the government is the biggest source of free money and information in the world I could think of. I'm not that smart, so maybe there's more. And capitalism is against that. Capitalism wants everybody to pay for everything. But if you don't have money, you're in trouble. Then, you want to be with a family that helps you, not somebody that puts you on the street, And that's what the government, I think, that's what nonprofit is. And that's 40% of everything in our economy are those organizations, 40%. 60% is capitalism, where you have to pay for anything you want, But 40% are people, I have no money and a brain injury, okay? If you have no money and a brain injury, what do you want to do is first go to findhelp.org, findhelp.org, and you go there, and if you have trouble paying for rent, you put in rent. If you have trouble with your brain injury, you put in health care. Now, then it's up to you. You have to then start calling people. It's not going to be obvious which one is exactly for you and how to get it and things like that. So you have to talk to the people who are in the business of helping people like you. And that's who you have to talk to. That's where the help is. And you only get that help by talking to people. You don't get them by looking for an application to fill out, because you'll never find the right application, and you'll just be filling out applications that go nowhere. So that's a waste of time. You have to narrow that down, because for grants for individuals, there's over 600,000. So you can start now and you'll never finish, right? So you have to talk to people to whittle that down, to narrow in. You're not going to put a line in the ocean. You got to get all the fish you want in a barrel, so you can put your fishing line in that barrel and know a lot better that you're going to get one. And that's, I've been working on this for 50 years, and it's hard. Changing human nature ain't easy. You think you have a hard job. Man, I've been doing this for 50 years. I feel like Sisyphus. I still have that big boulder in front of me and not doing so well. Why do I still have the same problem that I was working on 50 years ago? See what a shitty job I'm doing. God, it's amazing. I don't know why anybody thinks I'm doing any good at all. You're the Riddler, no. Dukes and Grooms, don't know what that. Why are you trying to change? Why are you trying to change? I'm trying to be more effective. I'm trying to communicate. It's hard. The thing what we have, we may know something and want to translate that. The hardest part in life is trying to figure out what's in the other person's mind that we could connect with to tell it in theirs. So it's sort of like a personal relationship. Man, why do we have 50% of the marriages divorced? We can't talk to each other, and we're all talking English, right? Because we don't know how to get into the other person's. Wow, somebody just gave me $20. Wow, that's awfully nice of you as a tip. Wow, I could go home now. Wow, that's awfully nice. Thank you so much. I don't think I've ever had that before. I don't know why. Guess doing this for 50 years isn't long enough, I guess. Nothing is. And that's why your life is more. Like 25 years ago, oh God, say, he has no idea. Harry and the Holler, I don't know what that. Dude, you have been around for years. Yes, I have. Well, if you have something important, watch on TV, yeah. And commercials don't work anymore. What I have now is the most effective I've ever been in helping people. I mean, I've sold millions and millions of books. You saw me on, Larry King and Oprah and all these talk shows and things like that, helping people. But then they'd buy a book and wouldn't do anything. It's sort of like diet books. We sell billions and billions of diet books, and we still wind up being the fattest country in the world. That's right, we're the fattest country in the world. Okay, more people are fat in this country than any other world. And we sell, the diet industry is incredible, right? So it is what I'm doing too. I keep doing this. But now with the community. See, I was selling books and videos and all that kind of stuff. But now it's a community where people are helping people. So I'm not helping you. It's people who learn from me because and particularly, see, I made money helping people individually when I was charging thousands of dollars. But I don't want to help those people. They don't need money. I want to help people really need the money, and I can't charge thousands of dollars. I want to charge $20. So at $20, I can't help enough people to make a living, And so what happened is I started this as just a newsletter, and then people got excited when they found something and wanted to share with other people how they found it and what they did, so they share. And that's where the leverage is. That's why now we have maybe 3, 4, 5 hours every day of people who've gotten money from the government helping other people get money from the government. So you could go to our Zoom calls, and you could ask questions to people who just got money from the government, and they know how to do it, whatever. And me, and I think they're better to learn from than I am because I've been doing it too long, and it's hard for me to get excited. These people still, oh, I got this. Yeah, that's how neat it is. Yeah, to me, it's blasé for all these years, and that's what is important, and that's why this is growing, and that's why people are getting satisfied like never before. I mean, I always get testimonials, and that was easy. It's a numbers game, but now it just, unsolicited, just testimonials from people who were able to change their life with this. So that's why, man, I feel I have nothing else better to do in life. If I can give somebody a phone number or a website or whatever that may be able to change their life or just make it a little bit better. And I think that's what we're all here for. And that's what love is helping other people have a better life, okay? So you're helping them with life, not distracting, not draining them of life. It's helping them with life. And so now, I think there's 500,000 jobs where you could be making $100,000 a year with no degree that can't be filled. You should investigate that. And that is by starting. And there's no one magic place to do it, but a place to start. Every time you start, you talk to them about what you want, ask them if they have something like this, and if they say no, ask them, where else can I go? You have to do it that way, or else you'll be spinning your wheels in Google for the rest of your life. So you want to go to careeronestop.org, career, C-A-R-E-E-R, ONESTOP.org. Put in your zip code, make an appointment. And if you want us to help you, it's letsgohelp.com. But I forgot, we have a sale on. There's a sale. Oh, I forgot, we have our dollar sale. Let's Go Dollar. You want to go to Let's Go Dollar. Where did I go, Let's Go Dollar? I have, I forgot, boy. I got so tied up in doing stuff. That Let's Go Dollar, where you could try us not for $20, but for $1. So for $1, okay, for $1, you could get 5 days of our personal one-on-one help to apply to every government grant you're eligible for. 5 days for $1. After 5 days, we charge $20 a month. But now until the 25th of this month, okay, midnight is the last day that you could apply, for $1 to see how we work and how it can help you, okay? And if it doesn't, I understand. That's okay. But you could, just suck out all the information you need in 5 days, get all the one-on-one help you need in 5 days, and then say, see you, let's go. That's fine, because I would do this for free if I didn't have a rent, or actually a mortgage, and that's what I gotta pay for. So, letsgodollar.com, 5 days of unlimited free help to apply to every government program you're eligible for. And we're here all the time to help you. There's people, you could join Zoom calls, ask questions 24 hours a day if you like. And we're here just 15,000 people trying to help each other get the help they need from government programs that are free, that the rich people use. I mean, I keep telling you how Elon Musk gets $8 million a day in government money, $8 million every day. So now he's trying to stop people who just need a couple $100, which is just strange to me. But realize it's there for everybody. He found out how to use it. You can too. So if you have a little business, there are organizations that get paid by the government, just like Elon Musk got help to get his $8 million a day. You could get free help. So maybe you only need $1,000 a day. That's enough for you? Fine. They will sit down with you and help you, show you what government, programs. He sells to the government, he does that. But he gets grants to start his business too. And loans he doesn't have to pay back, and all this kind of hanky-panky, banky-danky, right? So don't forget, the government is our government. It's not just for a few people. We live in a democracy, sort of, maybe still. That it's here for everybody, so you have to reach out. They're not gonna reach out to you. The government's not gonna call you and tell you it has money for you. You have to go and it takes some work and things you're not used to, like maybe calling on the phone. But you get used to it because that's how you're gonna survive. If you're not ready to call people on the phone, it's gonna be a hell of a lot harder, you know? So you have to get through your dumb skull like I did. I used to remember in the beginning, I would do anything than to call somebody. I would say things like, oh, maybe the oven needs cleaning. Oh yeah, the oven does need cleaning. I better do that before I call. I'd always look for some other place, some other thing to do that I could say is more important than making that call because I was so afraid of it. Grants are free, correct, that's right. Doesn't need to be paid back, that's correct. But that's right, when you go looking for grants, don't say you're looking for grants, just say you're looking for help. And you call up an office and say, I'm trying to start a business, I need help. I can't pay my rent, I need help. And you ask them that way. You ask them, what can I do to solve this problem? And that's what they're there for. Maybe they'll help you, but they can also help point you to other places because they talk to people every day who have problems paying bills or open a business. They know those things and they know the landscape of where these other people are and who may be able to help. And they may not, so you just call another person and ask them the same thing. And there's no shortcut to doing that. And that's important. And I wish people realize that. So if you want to learn how to do that, it's letsgodollar.com. Okay, that's here, letsgodollar.com. So we teach people how to do this in addition, because that's what you have to do. So every time, see, when you learn something new, it's not just, oh, tell me what to do and I'll do it. Oh, here's a bicycle, get on the bicycle, just pedal on the pedals and go. No, it's a little more than that. You're gonna fall on your ass a couple times when the first time you got on that bicycle. So if you haven't done this before, you're gonna fall on your ass a couple times, okay? And you have to get through that so you realize there is light at the end of that tunnel. or the end of that sore butt because you've been falling on your butt so much, you know. And we all want it to be perfect and not work at it. But you can't. Life isn't built that way. Google makes us believe it is. All you have to do is this. And it sounds like I say the same thing, right? And that's my clickbait to try to get your attention. But I'll always give you your money back if you think I screwed you. And I have to fight. You have to, in this country, you have 80% of I feel my creativity is in learn how to how to you know, expose people to the problem, and to let people know about it. It's that part, not creating this stuff. That's 20%. 80% is trying to is the communication thing. How do you find people? How do you let them know about it? Things like that. And now with social media, it doesn't cost money to do that. Before social media, you couldn't do that without advertising. But I found a way to do that without advertising, and that was by getting publicity. So I'd get on talk shows, and that was free. I didn't have to pay ads. I remember doing Letterman, and in the middle of Letterman, he'd give me 7 minutes to do an interview, and I'd be selling my books, talking about it. And then he'd stop in the middle, and somebody had to buy a 60-second commercial, probably 50 grand. I don't know how much, but yeah, big money. They'd have to pay for that 50 grand. I was getting 7 minutes for nothing because I act crazy. So crazy made me a lot of money. Because I found out that media doesn't care what you say, it's how you say it. So that's what they want to do. It's just how you say things. So letsgodollar.com. You know, if you haven't tapped into this stuff, it's there for everybody. You're gonna have to roll up your sleeves a little, to do this. I mean, you got in financial trouble you didn't do that overnight. So getting out of it won't be just one, click and fill in a blank and get out of trouble. No. So come ready to do some work, and we'll get you going. And there's so many people that do it. Christy Bishop, I have a question. I got caught up in a vehicle title loan. How can I get some grant funds to get out of it? Okay, first thing to do, Christy, is find out about that loan. Make an appointment with a free financial counselor, okay? That's what you want to do, is a free financial counselor. And there may be other ways to get rid of some or all of that. So if you look at Unlock My Goals on the left-hand side, and there in the beginning is how to find a free counselor. Another way to do it is to go to hud.gov/counseling. And and make an appointment. And make an appointment with 2 or 3 to make sure you know as much you have. My lawyer was disbarred from stealing my lucrative sum. Wow. Yeah. Well, that's, we're regulated all over. Also, if you feel that title loan is not right, that you feel taken advantage of, grants to get out of, you could file a complaint about them. And even if you don't have standing in that complaint, in other words, legally they don't have to help you, that still, they're afraid of government. All these financial service people are afraid of government because they could put them out of business. So that's why if you get government on your side to investigate, and they just get a letter from the government is enough, because otherwise, if they don't satisfy the plate, they have to, they're afraid they'll do something wrong, and the government, it's sort of like you getting a bill from the IRS for $100, okay? And they're wrong. Well, it's easier to pay them $100 than to fight them to figure out why they're wrong. And the court and jury went, cool, yeah. And see, everybody's regulated like that. So your dry cleaner, anyone, does the government give free cars retired from service? Yes, there's we have a report on cars, Kareem. Is anybody here, staff here? No, I guess no one's here. Okay, let me see. Oh, I know, here. Look at this report. tinyurl.com. It's on the, in the Let's Go Help too also, but this may be easier because this is what I can get off the top of my head. Let's Go Car. And I think that's it. Let me look at Tiny. Oh, damn, what do you do here? Damn. Okay, let me sign in. Okay, tinyurl.com. Okay, let's go tax sheet. Let's Go Car. Yeah, it's a tiny URL, Let's Go Car. And that's it. Also take a look at Find Help. Okay? Take a look at Find Help. And there's Let's Go Car. And then put in car. Findhelp.org. And then go to your zip code and put in car. And don't forget, we only have, for the Let's Go dollar value, if you're not a member yet, you have until the 25th, that's like 2 days from now, at the midnight, where it's over, then it's going to be $20. But here, for $1 at Let's Go dollar, you could join, and you get 5 days of unlimited free help to apply to every government program you're eligible for. And we have 15,000 members that help each other apply to these programs. Okay? And that's the name of that tune. Well, guys, thank you. And new members, thank you for being here. And I hope we're able to help you. remember, roll up your sleeves and get on that phone, baby. That's the only way you really get this stuff. It's out there, but it takes some effort. Yes, you can. I'm starting a foundation. And yes, yes. Okay. Okay. Have fun, guys. And remember, your heart is smarter than your brain. Go with your heart. Just don't go off a cliff. That's why you have a brain. When the jacket level failed, that's a moral hazard. Judy, yes, it is, David.